Bringing the pain, co-host.
Maximum pain in the ass. We just say this movie sucks right now, please.
I mean, we could just, all we got to say, this is some bullshit.
We wasted all that time watching the most boring action movie of all time.
An action movie based on for what I understand, a good video game. Max Payne.
Yeah.
That's named after the video game of the same name.
Right.
Now, look, man, I don't know what the hell was going on with this movie. I'm still trying to figure this shit out.
Well, don't look at me.
I'm
not going to try to figure it out for you.
You don't have an explanation for it?
No.
Because see, from what I understand, look, I never really played the game. Mm-hmm. I watched people play the game.
Yeah.
And I ain't never seen this shit like I saw in this movie in there.
What did you see, Corey? Because I saw absolutely nothing except people walking around looking through files. What is this guy, Max Payne, the file clerk? I mean, that's all you ever saw him do is walk around in file rooms and look at things. Yeah, look at things. He shot his gun like 10 times. That's about it in this film.
Well, in the game, Max Payne is a guy who is trying to find who is responsible for the murder of his wife and child.
Right. Typical revenge.
Simple as that. I mean, from what I understand, it's like film noir in a video game.
Yep.
What a crazy concept.
Film noir? Really?
Yeah, but in this movie now, in this movie, you got Max Payne following a drug that looks like blue Kool-Aid, a Gatorade, and angels coming out the sky, taking people away and dropping them off in the cars and tearing people apart.
Yeah, these are more like demons than anything, and for no reason. I mean, all this drug makes you do is hallucinate and yell. I don't know why. What makes this? What is the reason why this drug makes you apparently invincible? I just don't get it.
No, it's a drug. Now, look, you're not going to be able to make sense out of the movie. So let me tell you something. From a video game that was a simple guy looking for the murder of his family.
Right.
Somehow it got turned into a movie about a guy who was looking for the killer of his wife and child, while meanwhile tracking down a drug that not only makes you feel invincible, but makes you dream about fire and angels coming out of the sky. I mean, how the fuck do you get that out of a simple story?
Hey, dude, I guess they needed a twist. Apparently somebody watched a lot of Constantine that weekend while they were writing this script. That's all I can think about because, nothing makes any sense. Good part of this cast. Oh, boy. I'll let you get into that, Corey, but we got Beau Bridges with the worst name of all time, BB.
Beau Bridges. Now keep in mind, this is the laziest fucking write-up I've ever seen in a movie. First of all, you got a script, but it must have been like, okay.
No, you can't call this a script, dude. I think there are like 10 lines in this goddamn movie. I'm sorry. and a good like 80% of this movie is everyone uttering the words Max Payne out of their mouth. Max Payne.
Don't mess with him.
Don't mess with him. Leave Max
He's
Payne
troubled.
alone. Max Payne for the last time.
Max, characters come in, we don't even know. Leave Max, like the Jamaican guy, don't mess with Max Payne.
Listen, you still got an in with the cops, right? See if they know anything about a detective, Max Payne.
Max Payne.
What?
Max Payne, he's been hunting. He's looking for something that God wants to stay hidden. And that's what makes him even more dangerous. Stay away from Max Payne. You don't want to be near him when Judgment Day comes.
Yes, that name is apparently feared across the land.
I can't tell you how many times they said, don't mess with Max Payne. And then they cut to Max Payne.
Yeah.
Just sitting at a desk working.
Exactly.
It's like, who the fuck is Max? But he just works all day at a desk. Why should I fear Max Payne?
He's alphabetizing files. That's about it. And this guy apparently is the scourge of the underworld. I don't get it.
He'll leave Max Payne alone. He'll organize your papers for you. You don't want to mess with him.
I always loved how they cut to that generic shot with all the other bad guys looking at each other once they hear that name. Like it's like Batman in that town or something. I'm like, whoa, did he say Max Payne?
Oh no, man! I'm not pulling the capers tonight.
They're looking for
Max Payne.
They're looking for the bullets.
No, now you want to know how this happened? I'll tell you what happened. And I seriously,
you're going to tell me what happened?
I'm seriously.
You're going to make sense of this.
Yes,
all right.
I seriously tell you what I think happened with this. Fox got the rights to Max Payne. They said we need a video game property. Max Payne. Okay, we got it. Write the script. Some guy wrote a script.
Oh, I'll tell you who wrote
And
the script.
Ooh.
It's the guy who's been fucking up everything. That chairman, whoever it is that's running shit at Fox. That motherfucker wrote the script. I bet you.
Well, whoever wrote that script, they ended up with a script that was
really?
probably like 30 minutes long. And they said, we can't make a movie out of this. You got, 30 pages? We need to do something. And the guy just went back and said, fuck it, I'm going to put a drug in here, some angels, and expand this shit, and there you go. And they did that in about 10 minutes.
And not only that, but he managed to really make by far the worst slow motion action sequences in the history of film. I mean, there is a scene where Max Payne, he hears somebody in the background. He somehow manages to fall in the back in slow motion, pumps his shotgun. There's a guy with a scope pointing right at Max Payne, and you see all of a sudden Max Payne falling down, and in the foreground you see those vials of blue Kool-Aid. And either this guy with the scope has to be the worst shot in the history of gunmen, because I swear to God, the vials are about 10 feet away from Max Payne, right in the foreground, and you see them explode like crazy.
You know what would have been cool?
Yeah.
If Kool-Aid Man had actually ran through the scene, they started blowing his ass away
with a machine gun,
and they shot Kool-Aid Man in slow motion, and shit just went everywhere. Blue Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah. Boo. No, I mean, I swear to God, yeah, this movie takes the cake as far as the worst slow motion gunfight scenes.
And they only put the slow motion in there because that was in the video game.
And they couldn't even do that right. I mean, I
there
swear
was
to
no
God,
need for it.
It's terrible. No, and it's terrible. I mean, everyone in that theater was laughing at all these. I mean, people are going, "What? Huh? What?" It's like your dad trying to recreate something he saw in the Matrix and just getting it completely wrong.
Well, it took in the Matrix, you had a scene where a guy's firing a gun and they go all around him, and then he get to over him, the bullets are flying by. We took 5 minutes to see Mark Wahlberg bend backwards.
Yeah, I know. He just falls backwards, and you see like the fireplace, or there's just a fireplace in the background, and there's more action coming from those flames than there is anything else going on screen. And it is by far the worst shot. I mean, I hope to God this gets parodied in some. Well, never mind. I'll pretend I didn't say that. I don't need Disaster Movie Part 2. But
out of all the shit in that movie that they could have made slow motion, it was almost like they chose the one shot where it was almost like looking at Mark Wahlberg do Pilates in slow motion. It was like one arch. It was like, God damn, is he gonna do something?
It's like somebody forgot to put in the slow motion shots, and they just closed their eyes and just pointed their finger at a scene and just, all right, slow that shit down. All right.
Yeah, that one right there. Shit, we gotta get this shit out.
It's pretty bad.
And it's so
you have to see it to believe it, to be honest.
And I don't know if it was a joke or not, but they even naming the characters is lazy. Bo Bridges, okay, his initials are BB.
Right.
So his name in the movie is what?
BB. Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah.
And it's not. Yeah.
Don't forget though, Corey. As far as the rest of the cast is concerned, we got Mila Kunis is playing the ultimate badass, I guess, but there's no reason for her whatsoever.
Man, there is
no reason for her whatsoever.
Let me tell you something. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but at the end of the movie, when there's a bunch of gunfire, she disappears into an elevator. You do not see her ass again. It's almost like she ran out the movie.
Hey, I don't blame her. That's probably the smartest thing she's probably done with her career. But Chris O'Donnell makes a pointless. You don't even call it a cameo. He has a small role, but you're like, really, dude? Are things that bad? Are things going that bad? And let us not forget the ultimate actor of actors. The tour de force of actors, Ludacris.
They got Ludacris. Wait a minute. Now he's an actor now.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
It's not just Ludacris. It's Chris quotations Ludacris Bridges.
Oh wow! Good for him.
Yeah, he's moving up in the world. He's an actor now.
But come on, moving down.
Okay, look, I don't begrudge the brother trying to be an actor. All right,
right.
But no, look, what I'm saying is he just came out of rapping. All right, I mean he's made like a couple of movies.
Right.
You can't. It's too early to put his ass in a fedora and a trench coat.
I swear to God,
and have us buy him as an internal affairs police officer.
I thought I somehow I managed to sleepwalk into the Pink Panther Part 2. And I'm like, they got Ludacris playing the Pink Panther.
Like,
now?
we got
I mean, are you serious?
Hey, you thought this? Hey, 2008 is the year we got a black president probably about to come up, and we got a black Pink Panther.
I know. It looked like somebody had like videotaped Ludacris during Halloween, like just dressed up